Hello, everybody. Welcome again to Ken Knows Gambling. It is Friday, right? TGIF frickin' Friday. Of course, I ain't worked since October, so every day is Friday for me. Well, let's see. We're going to go a little bit more in depth in this Follow the Chop. I want to get real with you guys about this sort of thing. Maybe some what if scenarios. What if this happens? What if that happens? Because the truth is, all strategies will go down. I don't give a shit. If you're going with the streaks, maybe they never happen. If you're going with the chop, then it's always the streaks. You know, it's just the way it is. There's no perfect strategy. There's just not, right? It's all in money management and how you deal with it. That's it. You know? Now, before we get started, who is my sponsor member of the day? Let's see here. Hell, I don't have my glasses, man. Well, I guess I gotta frickin' get my glasses because I can't frickin' see. I ought to make that bigger next time I print this. Have Lifestyle Health? Is that who we're doing? Have Lifestyle Health. New member, Have Lifestyle Health 78. You are my sponsor for today. Thank you so much for being a member. And I believe, yeah. Thank you. Have Lifestyle Health 78. Thank you for sponsoring this particular show. All right. And let's see. Oh, one other thing I'm going to do for you guys because I love you so much. I've had a couple people ask me, you know, this 20 and 0, not 20 and 0. It was the 300 challenge. And I did 20 videos. I know you can find them. You know, they're on my YouTube. You can find them. But they said, boy, it'd be nice if they were just all bundled. So here's what I've done for you. I made a bundle. It's an opening video, then the 20, and then an ending video. I'm doing it more like a course. You know, a course, if you will. And then I'm bundling that so you'll get the link. And then boom, it's just right there. Easy peasy, you don't have to search nothing. More of a convenience bundle, if you will. And then my ebook for my envelope system and all my downloads, the retirement plan, you know, the golden ticket carousel, all those spreadsheets, all of it. All you have to do is ask for it. Any of you. This is how I thank you, right? It doesn't cost you anything. All you got to do is ask for it. But I want you to go to my website, kenknowsgambling.com, and then you can read about what I'm doing and, you know, whatever. So that's it. Go to my website, kenknowsgambling.com, and see what I'm up to over there. I think that's it. Let's dive in a little bit. To some what ifs and whatnots. Now, I was sharing with Glenn. He's been doing my hybrid baccarat system, which I still think is the greatest thing since sliced bread. And he's been doing something he found. Following patterns, and he's been up thousands and thousands and thousands of dollars, and everybody knows he had one day where he just went off the rail and he just lost all his discipline and whatever. It all comes down to discipline and money management. Or have I said that for 100,000 times? All strategies by themselves will go down. Best bet in all the world is never to make the first bet because gambling sucks. All right, let's get into this a little bit. All right. Where with the hybrid, we go for the streaks. The streak with follow the chop is a streak of chops. Does that make sense? So, let's get these out here. Let's do a little bit of whatever. All right, you're not wanting to see this. Now, I know the boards up there, they call them idiot boards. And it doesn't tell you what's happening next. It just gives you an overview. In this case, I think here's the value for what I'm trying to do with a follow the chop. If I look at that board and I see this, give me a second, y'all. If I'm going to go follow the chop, I don't want it. It's just letting me know. It doesn't guarantee what's going to happen next. It could go into an absolute chop right after that, and that's a true statement. But as I look at that, it's like if I want to play follow the chop, why the hell would I want to do that? Why would I want to get involved with that? I'm not. I'm going to go find something. And oh, by the way, if you're a follow the shoe type of guy, this is what you want to see. Right? So, here's your streaks of, say, follow the shoe, up and pull. You might like that board. But the chop guy, yeah, he wants to see streaks too. But this is what he wants to see. There. That's what he wants to see. Because if the first, let's look at this. If the first was, say, he's going to wait, the player hits. He's going to follow the chop, right? So he's going to go 100. Boom, he's going to win it. Okay? Then he's going to win that one. Then he's going to follow the chop. Oh my God, this is what he wants. Okay? Then follow the chop. He's going back to banker. And he's going to win. All right? But then he loses. Uh-oh. So he puts a couple out there. Let's see here. He's following the chop again. So he's going with player. He's following the chop. And then the player hits. Now he's back in business. Player. That's what hit. Now he's following the chop. He's going back over to banker. Banker hits. Okay, now he's following the chop. He's going back over to player. It hits. Okay, then he's going back over to banker, but player hits. He loses. And then he's following the chop again, and so now it's 2 on banker, and then banker hits. Okay, banker hits. He did good. Okay, now he's following the chop. He goes to player, but banker hits again. Uh-oh. Right? And then, again, follow the chop. 200 on player, following the chop. Banker hit him. And then player hits. You see what I mean? This is what the guy wants. And then he can rack up. So, while the board in itself necessarily doesn't mean anything, it gives you an idea of what's happening or what has happened. And if it ain't what you like, don't sit down. So that's the first decision that you have to make. Why buy into something that you don't like what you see? It doesn't matter that it could turn into an absolute chop, but it could stay what's going on. Why even deal with it? Thusly, if you go, oh, this thing is absolutely chopping, you like it, doesn't mean the streaks won't start happening. You see what I mean? But what I want to get into a little bit is what happens when you lose. on this one, because what we got built into this thing is a little protection. All right, so I won't use these for a second, but let's say I'm on bank. Whoop, let's see here. Oh, I've lost money. All right. Yeah. So let's say I'm betting on the banker, and player hits. I lose, right? Player hits. Now I have to follow the chop. Go back to banker. And I put 2. And then player hits another one. Now you've lost 2. Player's going for 3 in a row. You can either quit now and wait so you don't get in too much trouble, or you can do that third one. Okay? If it hits, you're even with all this. But if it doesn't, that's 3. You got to stop. Just stop. All right? You're not betting. You're not betting until the banker hits. Okay, the banker finally hits. So you're going to go back. Now, remember, you lost 1, 2, and 3. Well, you don't go back out with 4. Just start it back over at 2. Okay? If banker hits again and you lose, you're back up to 3. You know, or whatever you're following. Follow the chop, whatever. But right now, banker's hitting. Then all of a sudden, the player hits. Great. Then you can come back down to 2. You know, follow the chop, and then banker hits. Okay, great. You can come back down to 1. And then you continue. You're still down a little bit, but now it's all money management now. You can go heavier or lighter. That's up to you. You know, so if I've lost, let's say I've lost 1, then 2, and, you know, and let's say I stop, but let's say I went to 3 and I've lost that. Okay, that's 3, 4, 5. There's $600. Well, I'm not coming back out. I'm waiting. Let's say I'm waiting for, you know, banker to hit. Okay, I'm waiting. Bam, banker finally hits. Then it's time to go opposite. I'm not coming out with no $600 just to get it. But you could if you wanted to. So that maybe this time, you know, this is up to you. This is a you thing. Maybe you come out with, let's go this. Maybe you come out with 4 this time. Again, you have to sort of figure your money out yourself. You don't come out with 6, but you come out with a better chunk. See if you can get it. If it hits, we're going to pay here. 1, 2, 3, 4. Okay? That came from losses. All right, now you're only down overall 2. Now you can come down 1, follow the chop, and then if that hits, 1, 2, 3. You're back in the game. Put your money up. Now you're up 100. So that money management part, when are you going to stop if it ain't going your way? When are you coming back in? What happens if, you know? So the progression, if you're doing, let's say, you're on a $25 table, which I don't even know if they exist much anymore, but let's say you are, and you're going to go for the 3 losses instead of 2. It'd look like this, this, and this. Your next step in that progression would necessarily, it would be $100. This is just an idea. This is what you lost. So now, whenever you can come back in, you come in at that level. Now it's going to go up 100, 200, 300. Go up by color type of thing. Just giving you ideas, right? So now you come in at 100. If you win that, you didn't win it all back at one shot, but you got a lot of it. All right, now you know rack management. Now you know you're at 50. So you just won that 100. Now maybe you just come down to 50. Or maybe you just come back down to 75. And then just start working it until you can get your money back. So lot of what if scenarios. You know, it really comes down to what you think, your risk tolerance, and all that. Just know a follow the chop can get beat just like any of them. Now, so far, I haven't. It don't mean I wouldn't. So, I know some people have been asking me about things like that. So, it's just a money management thing. Again, I lose, and maybe you stop there. All right? Now, when you can come back in, now maybe you just continue with the ladder if you want to. But you're not just going to continue on the one run. You're going to let it settle. But it doesn't mean whenever you can come back in, you won't lose that. And it can go on them streaks that kick your ass. And then you have to have a stop loss. Hey, man, I've lost 30%. Whatever. You got to just quit. You got to be able to do that. Because it can happen at any time, right? So, given all that, I thought we'd go ahead and play a little bit. I'm going to put my glasses back on. I'm just blind as a bat. We're going to get some of these out. And let's just see it. One more. Then I'm going to go back to craps. All right. Appreciate you craps players being patient, but I got to talk about other stuff from time to time. And the reason why I don't talk about roulette a lot is because really it's way down my list of things that I like to play. Maybe one day I'll get back to it, but don't hold your breath. Blackjack, baccarat, craps. Okay. Let's go ahead and burn one for, I roll 4 a lot. All right. Let's go ahead and get a winner. And I did the one about the rules, so now you know how the rules go. And if you remember right, if he has to draw that third card, what's the 5? And I gave you 547, the number 547. That means if it's a 5, this is 4 through 7. If it's a 4 through 7, he draws. If it's not, he won't. It is between 4 through 7, which triggers his draw. So he's got a 7, he's got a 5. He didn't make it. The rule bid him. Player would win that. All right. So that gets us, we know what we're going to do now. All right. That player hit, we're going to follow the chop. So our first bet's going to be on banker. Here we go. Let's just see if it'll work again. There's a 3. There's a 0. They both have to draw. He still has a 3. And he has an 8. The chop worked that time. He's going to win 100. You're up 100. Is that enough for you real quick? Go home. Stop. See, that's a you thing again. Some people will just play too long. But anyway, banker won, so he's going to switch over. He's following the chop. He's not following the shoe. Just a different way to play. There's a 2 and there's a 5. Again, what's the rule? 547. It ain't a 4 through 7, so he won't draw, which means banker will win this time. 5 over 2. So the banker wins that. So the banker won. Now he's in that 2 in a row. So we lose that. Now we're going to go up to 2 because we're doing black chips. We're still going to follow the chop. Now you have to decide, is this going to be your stop point, or are you going to go one more if this goes against you? A you thing. Your money management. I think 3, but you can save your losses if it's just 2. So let's see what happens. There's a 5 and there's a 7. He has to draw, but he won't. He's going to stop no matter what. He gets an 8. Oh, how lucky. So we won that one, right? 8 over 7. So we're going to get our 2. Player did hit. We're going to pull back. And Why I'm only up $100? Oh, that's why. So now I'm up $200. That was player. I got to switch over to banker. This is what you want. There's a 1. There's a 6. What's the rule? 667. 6 or a 7. If it ain't a 6 or a 7, he stops. It's not a 6 or 7. So he got a 2. Banker got a 6. Banker wins. Okay, banker wins. All right, pull that back. You're up $300. You have to figure out, when is it enough? When do you want off that table? And I tell you to get off as soon as possible. That's why if you're playing with black chip, you can do it quicker than green. But it's your bankroll, your risk, whatnot. Okay, let's keep going. Banker won that last one, so we're going to follow the chop. Right now, this is being a nice shoe for us. There's a 3 and there's a 4. What's the rule here? Just remember these numbers: 427, 547, 667, and then that's it. On the 3, anything but an 8. 38 special. All right. But anyway, he's got a 4. He has to draw 427, 2 through 7. It ain't a 2 through 7, so he will not draw. In this case, player's going to lose because that 8 gave him a 1. It ain't a 2 through 7, so he don't have to draw, and he won't. So he's going to win with a 4 over 1. Okay, so the banker won that one. That's his 2 again. He's still going to follow the chop. So now he goes up to 2. There's a 1. There's a 5. 547. It ain't a 5. It ain't a 4 through 7. So there's 6, 7, 8, 9. That's a 9. That's tough. He's got to draw. And that's it. It's going to toast him. Player's going to win with a 6, 7, 8, 9. Now, do you go one more or not? The odds get worse and worse and worse for red to keep going. But we're going to. We're going to go. Maybe you get aggressive this time. Instead of 3, you put 4. But let's just go 3. Try to be halfway conservative. We're going against this. So we're going for player. It's beat us twice. I think I've done that right. Who knows? There's a 2 versus a 4. 427. There is no 4 through 7. Banker's going to win with a 4. All right. This is really what we wanted to see. All right. So banker wins another one. We don't want to fight this variant now anymore. We're down $600. We don't want to fight the variant. We're going to wait for a player. Maybe it ends this time. Maybe it keeps going. Who knows? Yep, there it is. The longer this goes, the more favor against that streak. But there's the player. Natural 9, it's over. So that's our trigger point. And now we're going to go against it. Well, we've lost 6. We can't try to get it all back at one shot. But maybe you're aggressive. Maybe you throw 5 on there, not 6. Or maybe you only put 2. And you're going to try to grind it back. Let's split the difference and go 4 on banker. There's a 1. There's a natural 9. Hey, it worked out. So the banker did win. We're going to get 4. Then maybe you drop it to 3. And we're going to go against We're going to go with the chop. We're going to move it over. There's a natural 9. Beautiful. So now we're going to get that 3. Now here we go. We're up. We don't need to do 2. We can actually quit with $400 or come back down. That was a player. Come back down to banker over here. There's the 300. Now, at this point, lock up the 3. No matter what. If it wins, maybe you can play with some excess. Right? Let's see. Whoops, 3 cards came out. I don't know, man. Let's do this. I don't know what card was what. Sorry, y'all. Don't know. Here we go. There's a 6. He's not going to draw, so now that's putting him at 2 cards, right? There's a 0. He's going to draw every time on a 0, but he's not drawing. All right, we'll take this one. And there's a 4. All right, so the banker's going to lose. Player hit. Now, there's your 300. You locked it up. Go home. But no, you don't want to. Okay. Let's go with $200. Follow the chop. We're stubborn. We're stubborn mules. Natural 9. That's what you get for fucking being stubborn. But since we did it, we got to continue it, right? All right, we lose that. Now this time we're going to be a little more aggressive. We're going to go to 4 on banker. There's a 5 and there's a 3. 38 special. He will draw on anything but an 8. There's a 5 and there's a 5. Anything but an 8. That's anything. So he's got 0. All he has to do is keep away from a 0. And he did. 4. He's going to win. Okay. All right. Now watch. Just stop. Banker 1. Just stop. Bring it back. Win is enough. Gambling is about bankroll, money management, and using your head. Most of the time, not all the time, most of the time a person loses because they're not using their bankroll resets, looking at their bankroll. They're not quitting early enough. They're getting too greedy. It's all the brain decisions that are fucking you up a lot of the times, not all the time. So there you go, a little more in depth with the follow the chop. And there's other things that you can do too, but I'll leave that for another video. You know. But there you have it. All right. So there you go. Go over to the website. You can get that free, all that free whatever series and all that. And KenDosGambling.com. And I guess that's it for right now. Our next video, we're going to go back to craps. Don't know what I'm going to do yet. But hopefully you Baccarat players are really liking this. And I guess that's it for right now. Until the next time, be great. See you, bye.